We're from a little bitty dot on the map, Luverne, Alabama. And I have 4 kids. Aiden is number 3. He's just has always been a bundle of energy. And our family, I don't know, he made us feel more like a family. You get this diagnosis of your child is mentally handicapped, severely autistic, like on the spectrum of autism. It doesn't get worse than your child is. He will never develop, mentally beyond the age of 3. He will most likely never speak. And you leave devastated. I remember just crying out to God. I was like, we have got to have help. I need you to, where do we go? I need you to show me, where do we go? What do we do? And that afternoon, I got on the computer and I typed in the same thing I had typed, I don't know how many times. Residential facility for teenage boy with autism. He wasn't yet, but I knew, Put that in there and Glenwood popped up. We got all of his stuff moved into his room and all that. We met everybody and we left. We got about 30 minutes away and I reached into my purse to get my reading glasses and my hand hit his medicine pack. I'd forgotten to give it to him. And I said, oh my gosh. And my husband said, what? I said, we have to go back. And I didn't call or anything. I just went and I knocked on the door of McDonough House. And Miss Faith came back to the door and she said, oh, you're back. And I said, yeah. I said, I don't want to see him again. I can't go through goodbye again. But I forgot his meds. I remember saying, how is he doing? And before she could answer me, Aiden, and I think a lot of autistic kids probably do this, but it's something that I know because my kid, but he does this thing we call happy jumps, where he'll like kind of flap his hands and he's jumping around and he's exuberant, like he is happy. I could hear him doing that behind her. And when I turned around off that porch, it felt like somebody picked a boulder up off of me because I knew he was going to be okay. He was where he needed to be. And even though it was killing us, it was what he needed. He has people he enjoys being around that are his own age. And that never would have happened. Like it never would have happened if we had not found Glenwood. So in my head, all I can think is, here's where we are in a year. Where can we be in 5? You know what I mean? Like, look at what's going on and what's happening. And so the idea that he has an actual future, and it's not just a future where I'm having to figure out what can babysit him because I don't know what to do. He's thriving. If I had to put Glenwood as a word, family. You guys are our family. You guys have become so important to us. You guys have changed his life, and you've changed every person in my family's life. There are no words to thank this place. There are none that can put it the way it needs to be. This place is his world. This entire place is made for him. So instead of trying to squeeze him into a box, it doesn't have to be anymore. And that is everything. Literally everything.